here. As you can tell from the title of the video, we are talking about the Taurus PT 111 Millennium G2. That's the pistol I have right out here on the table. This is a great little firearm. I have personally been carrying this almost every day as my uh, EDC, my everyday carry, for about a year now, a little over a year. I do have about 700 or 800 rounds through it at the range, so I have definitely shot it quite a little bit. Um, but figured I'd set it out here and let you guys know just a little bit about this particular firearm. So let's get into the specs of it. So first off, the weight. It does weigh about 22 ounces unloaded. So definitely not the lightest gun, but also not the heaviest gun in the world. It's a really decent little weight for a concealed length of 3.2 inches and an overall length of 6.3 inches. I forgot to mention it is unloaded. As you can tell, it is empty. I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys that for all you safety Nazis out there. Back to the specs. It does have a height of 5.1 inches and a width at the widest point, which would be right here where the safety is. Widest point, it is 1.2 inches. So definitely a thin little gun. Definitely really good for concealed carry. Looking at the sights, it does have a fixed front sight, but it does have adjustable rear sights, adjustable with both windage and elevation. 3-dot sights. Although there are some sight upgrades available, there's a couple places online find them. I know there's a lot of videos out there right now about the upgrades that you can do to these little PT 111s. So back to the safety. It does have a thumb safety right here on the side. I don't use my thumb safety. I don't actually prefer safeties on my carry guns. This one happens to have one, and I just don't use it. It also has a safety blade on the trigger here. So if you don't push down that safety blade, it will not depress the trigger. Speaking of the trigger pull, it weighs in at right about 6.5 pounds. Really decent little trigger. It breaks very crisply and does have a very short reset. You can see the reset right there. See that? Nice short reset, which is really nice. It does also have double strike capability. So if you pull that trigger and the round doesn't go off, you can then release the trigger, pull all the way back again with that 6.5 pound trigger pull, and get that double strike on it if need be, which is really neat, especially for a firearm at this price point. Couple more things about it. It does have a 12+1 capacity with the magazine here. The magazine does have, I do wish it had more sight holes in it. It only has 2. It has one sight hole at the 6-round mark and one at the 12-round mark. I do wish that they had a couple more sight holes in here, but it's not bad. You know, you can't expect more than that for especially for a gun at this price point, which we'll get to in a little bit. It also does have the Taurus integrated security system right here on the side. Most Tauruses do have that. It takes a little key, stick in there and twist, and it locks the gun up to where you can't use it at all. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I know some people are. So if that's your thing, it does have that. Again, I don't use it, and it has not bothered me one bit. Next thing is it does have an accessory rail. It's not a big accessory rail, but you can definitely mount a little light on there, or even a laser. If you're going to use it for a bedside gun or a home defense gun, I definitely recommend putting a light on there. And it will take a light, which is really neat. Now to the price point. I said we would get to that in just a second. Here we are. This, as you guys know from watching any of my previous videos, I am very, very budget minded. And so this being my primary carry gun. I'm still very much budget minded, just because I can't afford to go throw out $500, $600, $700 on a carry gun. Um, this guy right here I got on sale. It was brand new, and I got it on sale for right at $200, free shipping. Ended up paying my FFL transfer fee of $25 here at my local FFL, which means I was into this gun a total of $225, which is really decent for a gun with all of this stuff. Right now, I checked the price yesterday, and there's a couple of online realtors online retailers that have it for as cheap as 240. Although now you can get the new Taurus TS9 for I believe, if I remember correctly, it was right about 210. So the TS9s, which are the newest model that Taurus has put out, are a little bit cheaper than these ones, and those ones do not have the integrated locking system. So if that is very important to you, go with the PT111 for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's for the price point I picked this up. It's definitely a great firearm. I do carry it in a stealth operator inside the waistband. It's a Kydex holster, very decent little holster. Went over that in my EDC video that I put out about a week ago or so. Yeah, that PT111 really works good for me. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the extent of it. Like I said, I've been carrying it for about a year, a little over a year, and I have about 700 or 800 rounds through it at this point in time, and it has not failed me a bit. I absolutely trust my life to this firearm. I know that Taurus tends to get a bad rap a lot of times. Uh, you hear stories about people having Tauruses that have failed and that kind of stuff, but it's really interesting that you'll hear those stories online, but you'll never find a person, or I've at least not found a person uh, who can tell me that their Taurus has failed. I trust mine with my life, which is why it is my carry gun. Um, yeah. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit that like button down at the bottom of your screen down there. If you like the content I'm putting out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. And that way you won't miss any of the videos I'm putting out. Thank you guys for your time.